Well, this week's question comes from Peter Moss, who has written, "My camper only gets used 2 to 3 times a year. How can I preserve the life of the batteries?" Well, Peter, that's a good question. Let's check in with our battery expert from Piranha.
Certainly batteries that don't get used terribly often or don't have much to do, they'll have a shorter lifespan due to sulfation. There's a couple of things you can do there. If the configuration of battery is the same as your car, you could cycle your camper van battery or caravan battery through the car if it's compatible. Sometimes that's not possible. There's a weight issue, you don't want to get the terminals mixed up, so that might not be practical. The other thing we can do then is come up with some sort of maintenance charger, something like a 0.7 or a 0.9 milliamp. If the battery is full, then they will maintain the condition of the battery over time. I'm not very good at charging the battery, so typically we say if you've got about 10% of the capacity of battery, so if it's a 100 amp hour battery, have a 10 amp charger. That will allow a good charge of the battery, and then once it's up to full charge, then you can maintain it with a smaller maintenance charger. It's a good idea every 3 months to put it on a full charge, a 240 volt charger. In a car, we've nominally got a 12 volt system. Our household charge is 240 volts. So roughly 20 times the pressure of voltage going into that battery that we would have if it was in the car. So the car is never going to get a full charge into the battery, but a 240 volt charger, a decent quality one, will do the job, and that will maintain and lengthen the life of the battery as long as you're going to get out of that battery. Out of a deep cycle battery, you still might only get 3 years, maybe a little bit less, whereas a cranking battery you might get sort of 3, 4, 5 years, depending on how hard you use that battery. If you've got winches and things attached to it, that's going to shorten its life. But AGM batteries typically don't self-discharge as much as a wet cell battery, so they could be a better choice in some circumstances where the caravan or camper trailer doesn't get used very often. Maybe look at an AGM option.